WYMT Mountain News first at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4 on this June 1st. In 2015, a major fire broke out in downtown Hazard at the historic Grand Hotel. Since the fire, the building sat empty for years. The city of Hazard bought it last year, and now it's time to say goodbye to a piece of Hazard history that stood for more than a century. WYMT's Dakota Makris has more.
A call about smoke on the second floor came in around 5, and the building was quickly engulfed in flames.
A sad day for those in Hazard who remember the glory days of the old building, once home to a Chinese restaurant and apartments. Now a bulldozer picks up bricks from its torn down walls.
We're still very sad about losing the building. We're still, very sad over all of that, and we've saved as much like individual pieces as we could.
A structural engineer told the city the building could not be saved. Downtown coordinator Bailey Richards says what was left of the building was worn down through the years, and the mortar between the bricks was gone.
It just was not a safe situation. So unfortunately, even though we really wanted to save as much as possible, we were told by the structural engineer to take it down as soon as possible.
The City of Hazard Mayor Happy Mabalini tells me once the site is cleared, the city will have half an acre of free space and big plans on how to use it.
We're going to be having kiosks and stalls for different businesses to come down here during the weekends and the evenings, all kinds of different things, to have food trucks if they want to set up here.
In downtown Hazard, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
City leaders tell us they hope demolition is finished by the end of today. People in Perry County now have another place to find a cold, tasty treat as the temperatures go up. Juicy Paradise in Hazard now has a second location, aptly named Juicy Paradise 2. The modernized ice cream parlor had the grand opening for that second shop today. They offer rolled ice cream, flavored water ice, and more unique options to try. Employee Hannah Banks says she enjoys giving everyone more options and encourages folks to shop small when they can.
We have better prices and, like I said, more to offer and to choose from.
Anyone looking to check them out can find Juicy Paradise 2 on Morton Boulevard in Hazard. The other one is downtown. The one on Morton Boulevard you might recognize as the place where Sam's hot dog stand used to be.
It's the perfect day for some ice cream or shaved ice around the mountains because it's another toasty one outside here on this June 1st, the kickoff to meteorological summer. We're still about 3 weeks away from astronomical summer, the summer solstice on the 21st, but that doesn't make much of a difference weather-wise today. I-75 at Mount Vernon, watching a few more of those fair weather clouds bubbling up in the heat of the afternoon. Same thing into downtown Whitesburg, but it's all sunny at the moment. How about 87 right now? It's a warm one. Temperatures around the region still on the warm side. 88's a popular number, really 86, 87, 88. Take your pick. Though Pikeville and Logan at 84, Wise, our usual cool spot at 79, and Jonesville, the big winners at the moment, sitting at 90. Around the mountains, it's a clean sweep, not the same as you head out to the west. It's a few pop-up showers just north of the Louisville metro area in southern Indiana. Those will continue scooting off to the east and the southeast as that cold front continues to push on through. In fact, severe thunderstorm watch in place for portions of New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. So we still do have the potential for a few of those showers tonight, bubbling up as we head through the heat of the afternoon and as that front gets closer later on tonight. 70 a low around the mountains tonight with those scattered showers. Now I'll have the latest on when the greatest chance for showers and storms moves in, including whether any of those could be on the strong side, coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. The verdict is in for the defamation lawsuit between actors Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard after 6 weeks of dramatic, disturbing, and sometimes graphic testimony. The jury ruled in favor of Depp, awarding him $15 million and vindicating his stance that Heard fabricated claims that she was abused by Depp before and during their brief marriage. Depp sued Heard for libel in Virginia court over a 2018 op-ed she wrote in the Washington Post describing herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. His lawyer said he was defamed by the article, even though it never named him. The jury also awarded Amber Heard $2 million in damages in her countersuit against Depp. There were 3 claims against him, but the jury found him liable on 1. The new commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard has shattered a glass ceiling today, becoming the first female chief of any U.S. military service. Admiral Linda Fagan took the oath as commandant in a ceremony attended by the president. CBS's Natalie Brand has more.
History made. Admiral Linda Fagan becomes not only the first woman and mom to serve as Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard, but the first female officer to lead a branch of the U.S. Armed Forces.
I'm honored and humbled to serve as your Commandant. I've always been inspired by the Coast Guard professionals serving in all our missions around the world.
It's about time.
President Biden, who nominated Admiral Fagan to the position, says her new role sends a message that women have a place in protecting their country at the highest level.
There are no doors closed to women. And I might add, that includes her daughter, Coast Guard Lieutenant Eileen Fagan.
Admiral Fagan, a mother of 2 daughters, has served across 7 continents during 4 decades in uniform. She graduated from the Coast Guard Academy in 1985, just the 6th class that included women. Admiral Fagan, who was unanimously confirmed by the U.S. Senate, says one of her top priorities will be increasing diversity within the service.
We will continue to focus on diversity, inclusion, equity, eliminating barriers.
That goal echoed by the outgoing Commandant, Admiral Carl Schultz.
To remain the world's best, we must also be the world's most inclusive.
Minorities currently make up roughly 30% of active duty Coast Guard personnel, and women 15%, but 40% of the incoming U.S. Coast Guard Academy class will be women, now with a new leader charting the course for them and future generations. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Admiral Linda Fagan is the 27th Commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard since 1889. The U.S. Coast Guard was first established in 1790. Across the pond, people are preparing to celebrate another woman making history. Tomorrow is the first major event of Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee, marking 70 years on the throne. But people have spent days camping out in London, making sure they have a good spot for the 4 days of festivities, with many even flying from the U.S. to take part. People like Isabella Karen, who had an encounter with the Queen decades ago.
50 years ago, I remember the Queen coming to Trinidad, and as a little girl, having the opportunity to stand on the side of the street and wave.
A moment from childhood, Isabella says she never imagined she would be recreating in middle age. The Queen will only be seen a couple of times during the festivities, but her image is everywhere. At the landmark Stonehenge, for example, portraits of the monarch are projected onto the giant stones, with each marking a different decade of the Queen's 70-year reign. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Wednesday. The Dow closes down today more than 177 points. We'll have more financial news in our next half hour. Straight ahead here on First at 4, scientists are taking a closer look at long COVID and how vaccines could lower your risk of developing it.
And we've got the return of showers and storms in the forecast as we head into the second half of the short work week. The details straight ahead.
America,